So last summer, Makeup Forever came out with this foundation. This is the HD Skin, and this is one of my all-time favorite foundations. Another one of my favorite foundations, just in general, is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Powder Foundation. I am oily skin, therefore I'm a huge powder foundation fan. However, they have recently came out with the new powder, so I am under the impression, and according to my local Sephora's, this one, the Matte Velvet Skin Powder Foundation, is being discontinued, and this one is taking the place of it. So, my liquid foundation shade, because when they switched from the HD Skin, originally it was Y528, but in this formulation, it's 4Y66. For the powder foundation, the old one, I am Y535. However, for this new one, the way that they have the shade system, I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I am not a fan. I do not like it. It's not on par with the liquid foundation because I was under the impression, since I am 4Y66 in this, that they would have a 4Y66 in the powder, and they don't. They have a 4Y60 that is too light for me, and so I had originally had the shade 4Y70. That was too dark for me. I didn't open up the packaging when I got home. I just saw the 4Y60, picked it up, and I put it on. I wore it to work, and I was just kind of like, ooh, this is too dark. I had to work overtime to make it work, and it was so funny because when I got to work, one of my colleagues asked me if I had been on vacation because I looked so bronze and tan, and I was like, no girl, this is just the wrong foundation shade. So I exchanged that one and picked up the shade 4N68. I don't know why they don't have another Y in between the 60 and the 70. However, my options were to go with the red, which I didn't want to go with the R because I know it was going to pull too red on me, or the neutral. I felt that the neutral was going to be the safest route. I did swatch a little and just kind of dab on my face, and I don't know, we'll see. So we're going to put on the new one on the right side of my face, and then we're going to put the old one on the left side of my face just for comparison. They are going to be different colors, okay? So, alright, so just grabbing a Real Techniques powder brush. So you guys see I have these 3 dark spots here, and let's just see how well it covers. Oh, I already have a little bit of eyeshadow, concealer, and brows on. So I already know how this wears because, like I said, I wore it to work, and I can go ahead and tell you I am not at all a fan of this shade. You guys might not be able to tell on camera, but it is pulling gray on me, which is what I suspected. So do I even want to put any on my forehead? We'll go ahead. So, coverage, beautiful, blur, it looks smooth, easy to apply. I recommend a dense foundation brush for any powder foundation. A question I get a lot, people always ask me if they can set their liquid foundation with a powder foundation. You can, because it's your face and you can do whatever you want. However, if you're wearing a full coverage liquid foundation and then you go in with a full coverage powder foundation, that's going to be a lot and it might get cakey. However, if that's the look you're going for, go right ahead. Alright, so skin looks smooth, looks nice and blurred. I'm just not thrilled with the shade. Is it anything that I feel like someone off the street would be able to tell a huge difference with? No, I really do not. I just noticed that there's no warmth. And I'm used to seeing warmth on my skin. I prefer warmth, but not red, you know? Alright, so our actual shade for all of my skin twins out there, Y535. And you can tell immediately that this one is the correct shade. So this side of my face, you can tell, is warmer than this side. Again, just preference for me. And that's honestly, I always prefer all my clients that I do to be a little bit warmer too. I just feel like everybody, no matter what shade you are, where you fall on the spectrum, whether you're fair skin or the deepest of the deep, everybody looks good with a little warmth. Okay, so outside of them being different shades, when we zoom in, when we look, honestly, there is not a huge difference in regards to how they look on my skin. I do feel like the new one is giving, I feel like this side of my face, it's just a little bit more blurred than this side, but again, it's not anything that's drastic. That's mainly what I wanted to investigate. I wanted to see how different are these, because if I already have this, do I truly need this? So this is what we're looking like. Again, very upset and annoyed with the new color shade range that they have for this. They should have just kept it right on par with this, kept the extra Y shades in there for the deeper skin tones, because from the Y460 to the Y470, it is a drastic difference. We need something for the Ys in between. But outside of that, my skin looks nice. It is full coverage. Both of them covered everything. Now you're probably wondering, Amber, do I need this? I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, you know your girl's gonna keep it 100. If you have this, you don't need to go run and get this. And the reason being is because for me personally, it's just not dramatically different enough. Now, when I run out of this one, they don't make this one anymore. So of course, when I repurchase, I will have to get this one. However, I don't know what shade. Maybe I should try the 4R and see if that looks closer, but this... All right, fam, as I am editing and looking at this back, the newer one is definitely more blurring. Again, that is the only difference between the two outside of obviously the color, but the newer one is blurring. It does blur more. However, finish your old one first, then go get this one. That is legit the only difference within these two. Yeah. I can't say that I love the color on this side. So now on camera, I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder. I don't think it's looking drastically different. Like I said, even in person, I don't think it's anything that someone would notice. Like if I were to walk out the door and just do my whole day with my face like this, no one would know that I have two different shades on, because by the time my oil pushes through, the days on me, everything just kind of melts to one and looks the same anyway. Now, do you need to run and get this? Not if you already have the old one. If you have the old one, I say, sis, use that one, use it up, and just hope and pray that when you run out, you can find the right shade in the new formulation. All right, y'all, so that's gonna wrap up today's video. I am a huge powder foundation fan. Who are powder foundations for? Powder foundations can be for anybody. However, just understand that if you have dry skin, you gotta make sure your skin prep is on point, because if you have any dry patchiness or anything whatsoever on your face, that powder is going to pick it up and it's going to look dry and crusty, and that's not the look you're going for. Another reason why I like powder foundation so much is because they are perfect if you're a beginner. You cannot screw them up. They are so easy to apply. It doesn't take a specific skill level or anything to apply it. So for that, I am... Jesus, not me spitting. For that, I am a huge fan of them. So down below in the comments, let me know, have you tried it? Are you going to try it? If you did try it, did you have a hard time finding your shade like I did? Because your girl was on the struggle bus. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it simple, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.